Hi, Dr. Dan Lyle here, the author of Creative Theology and also the founder of the Church of Godly Creativity. And this is the third in a series of short videos that describe the main elements to creative theology. This video will tell you a few things about the boundaries of creative theology that enable it to be a religious methodology that helps you or your congregation get to where you want to go faster and better by doing that which pleases God the most, which is helping each other express our God-given talents together. Now here on one slide are the main boundaries to creative theology. And that consists of 1 aim, 5 principles, and 3 God-given rules. Now let's just briefly look at each. First of all, the aim of creative theology is this: together express the creativity of God, meaning that we are different from smart animals in that we have been given that incredible essence of the great Creator, and it's been put within each of us, which is the ability to, where there is nothing, to put something, make something that is godly. And it is godly because it adheres to 5 different principles. And what we create is mental, it's verbal, and it's physical, so that our thoughts, our words, our actions conform to 5 godly principles that we struggle with as hard as we can to get as close as we can to living up to all 5 of these principles: our thoughts, our words, our actions. And what are those 5 principles? The principles that what I think, what I speak, what I do is reasonable, is useful, is respectful, is beautiful, and is honorable. And I summarize those up with the word RURBA. RURBA: reason, utility, respect, beauty, and honor. So that what I think, what I do, what I say makes sense. It's useful. It's respectful, not just to me, to you, to us, to our tribe, to our church, to our nation, but to nature, to the planet, to mankind overall, and most importantly of all, to God. It is respectful. It's not just what I want to do, what I think is good, I'm just going to do this and create this thing. No, it takes you into account, as you take me into account in what the thing is and what would the results of that thing be. And it's beautiful. It's not ugly. It's something of beauty, and it's something that I don't hide in a closet because I'm afraid that people will find out about this thing, but it's something of honor that I would not mind that on the front of the news there's a big story about this thing. I would be proud to have it there. Okay, so these are very, very high standards. Now, the 3 godly rules that all of this operates within are listed here. Number 1, I. Okay, I should struggle. Okay, not just sort of superficially once in a while think about, but I should struggle with having all my thoughts, all my words, all my actions be RURBA. And that is a tremendously high and difficult standard to live up to, that I have to struggle with each moment of the day. Evaluate and think about my thoughts, think about my words, think about my actions and the results of those actions. Will they be reasonable, useful, respectful, beautiful, and honor? This is a very, very high standard. And secondly, I cannot decide for you how you should satisfy Rurba in your life. So the aim of creative theology is not for me to take control and rule other people and dictate to other people how they should live their lives. No, it puts the onus where it should be, where it's most difficult, and that is in my life. So I am, by rule number 2, forbidden from saying how you should satisfy in your life these things, so that the focus is on me. And for you, the focus is on you, not on how you can dictate to me. That's not the point. The point is how each one of us can work to make our lives godly by doing that which pleases God the most, which is what? Not us bowing down to Him. Is He some egomaniac that has to have everybody bow down to Him before He knows that He's God? I doubt that greatly. Respect, of course, obedience, of course, all these things are important, but most important is what? Just as with your own children, what? That they say, oh, I love you, I love you, I love you, that's all they do? Are they there to validate your own worth? I don't think so. You want them to go out and be successful and use their talents that you have helped them to understand and to build in their own lives, to make something of themselves, and that makes you greatly proud and happy. And the same thing with God looking at us, seeing us, using His creativity He's put in our hearts to make that which is reasonable, useful, respectful, beautiful, and honor, to have true godliness put into our lives. And the third rule is there are no other capital R rules, meaning rules from God. Because us little critters down here on the world, we just love to make rules and figure things out, because that helps us with our survival instinct, okay, to be safe, because we've got this framework around us where everything is figured out. But the point is, most of those are little rules. Yeah, we can make little rules. Even groups can make little rules. Congregations can make little rules. But the problem comes when you put upon a small r a capital R and say, oh, this is from God. This is from God, that you have to have a doorway that's made exactly such, and you can only say these particular words when you're in a particular worship service, and this is from God. God says this, then everybody else, okay, becomes an enemy because they're doing that which God does not want, because they're not doing things exactly like you're doing them. And so that breeds disrespect. It breeds ugliness and fighting and struggles and dishonor. You see how that works? Okay, here's the rules. Number 3, there are no other God-given rules. The top 2 are the rules in creative theology. Okay, now, that's nice. But it would be also nice, instead of just having the verbal concepts, is to visualize it. So very briefly, here's how I think is a good way to visualize Rurba as an operational definition for those things that in religion are counted as being very, very important for godliness, godly love, godly faith, godly obedience. I suggest, and in creative theology, they are operationally defined as to rubber meets the road, what really happens. What really happens to make godly love, godly faith, and godly obedience is this. God at the center of all things, and growing out as beautiful petals of a growing, wonderful, beautiful flower is reason, utility, respect, beauty, and honor. 5 petals of godly flowers that each of us can be. Also, I think it can be visualized as this, that Rurba is a wheel that's rolling along, making forward progress, that's always going forward, always improving, with God as the wheel and the spokes, 5 spokes of reason, utility, respect, beauty, and honor. And another way to visualize that, I think, is this, as a beautiful gem with 5 facets to it of reason, utility, respect, beauty, and honor, sitting upon an foundation which is God, from which comes this beautiful gem with the 5 different colored facets. And also, this, I think, is also a good way to look at Rurba. Putting the gem together with the wheel, and we have this incredibly beautiful wheel that is supported inward and embraced outwardly by God. The gem and the wheel fuse together. So, those, I suggest, are the boundaries of creative theology. And if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please email me at my email address, danlyle@lylepublishing.com. I look forward to receiving any feedback from you, and I thank you for viewing this, the 3rd of the series of 5, and invite you to look at the remaining 2 short videos on creative theology. Thank you.